Hey, what's up guys? This is Zach and welcome back to another video. Now, this video is quite a bit different than the videos that you'll typically find on my channel. I mean, we're still talking Valorant here, but this is actually going to be a lineup video for Viper on Fracture. Now, what inspired me to actually make this video was, for one, I'm sick and tired of playing Fracture, but I know that it's not going to get removed from the competitive queue, and one way that's going to help me play this map is by being that guy and learning lineups. So I actually spent hours in a custom match learning a bunch of different orb lineups and molly lineups for you guys. So that's what I'm going to show you guys throughout this video. Now, make sure you guys are following my Twitch channel. If you're not already, I stream every single day around 1 p.m. Eastern time. I stream a lot of ranked. Sometimes we play with viewers as well. So make sure you guys go drop a follow if you're not already. All right, so for the very first lineup here, we're going to be using an orb lineup to smoke off drop or dish, basically the entrance from the dish side of the map onto A site. So all you're going to do is work your way to the attacker spawn, align yourself with this crease in the side panel here. And for your crosshair, you're going to want to aim toward the bottom part of this pitchfork looking thing, right where my crosshair is here. And then just move it to the left till you meet the edge of the billboard. And you're going to do a simple jump throw. And as you guys can see, this lands on dish perfectly, smoking off any players that are playing up here. So this is a really useful lineup when executing a site. Now, for the second lineup I'm about to show you, this is going to be for the rope on A site that you first see when you're going outside of the electrical door. So you're going to want to make your way into this corner over here in the attacker spawn. And you're going to use your right click mouse indicator as a guideline for this lineup. So you're going to take the upper right hand corner of the right click mouse indicator and put it in the corner that I'm currently ADSing on right here. From this point, you're going to move your cursor a millimeter or two to the left. And this is a very pinpoint lineup, so you have to be spot on here. And you're going to do a simple left click throw. And as you guys can see, that lands perfectly there. So you can enter out of this electric door when you guys want to take sight and not have to worry about the players who are playing here on the rope. Very, very useful lineup. Now, for both of the orb lineups that I just showed you, please note that you cannot use them until the round actually starts because of the pre-round barrier. The barrier will literally just send that shit right back in your face, so please keep that in mind. Now, for post-plant on the A site, there's actually only one plant spot that I'm going to cover a lineup for, and the reason for that is because this is the best plant spot and the plant spot that you should be planting in every single time you execute A site. Please stop planting the bomb behind this default box. This is not a good spot to plant the bomb because none of your teammates who are playing in A main have a line of sight on the bomb when they're defusing. Now, where you should be planting, that's also a safe plant, is here in this corner of A site. Nobody from Link can actually kill you from here. Same thing with Rope. So if you can plant here, you can plant safe, and all of your teammates who are playing in A main can have access to the bomb when they're defusing. Now let's get into the actual lineup. So for this post plant lineup, you're going to make your way to the attacker spawn again, and right where this edge butts out a little bit. So you're going to make your way into this corner here. And we're actually going to be using the mouse indicator, the left click mouse indicator, as a guideline again. So we're going to bring the upper right corner of the left click mouse indicator and bring it right below the corner of this light here. So you see this L-shaped 90-degree light. You're going to bring your upper right corner of the indicator just below that, and it looks like this. And you guys are probably wondering, oh, does it cover that gap in the corner there? And yes, as you guys can see, I was vulnerable there for a second before the molly went away, so it does cover that. Now that we have A site figured out for attack, let's work our way to B site. So for the first orb lineup, we're going to be blocking off tower or heaven. So to do this, you're going to make your way into this little pocket here. And you're going to use this line as a vertical guideline until you meet the bottom of this leaf that sticks out. So this guideline meets the bottom of the leaf right about here, and you're going to do a simple jump throw. And as you guys can see, that lands nicely right there in heaven. Now, this is an orb that's going to be useful when executing the site. But once you guys are actually on the site, you're going to want to put this down and fight the guy that's actually playing in there. So it just delays the fight a little bit longer and helps you guys get onto site. So for the second lineup on B site, we're going to smoke off the other side of heaven or tower. So you're going to make your way to the second side of the attacker side spawn toward arcade. And you're going to make your way into the corner of these panels here. And you're going to want to be toward the front of this corner. So right about here should be good. And what you're going to want to do is use your right click mouse indicator as your guideline again. So just like we did on the A site lineup, we're going to use the upper right hand corner of our right click mouse indicator and put it right in the gap of this L-shaped leaf. So you see this L-shaped leaf right here, and you see where it starts to slim out right about where my crosshair is right now. That's where we're going to put the upper right corner of the indicator. And it looks something like this. And all we're going to do from here is do a simple jump throw. As you guys can see, that lands perfectly there. Now, regarding our post plant for the B site, there's only one lineup that I'm going to show you guys, and that's for the default plant right behind the boxes. So we're going to make our way to the same exact little pocket here that we used for our orb lineup. And we're going to aim our crosshair right on the corner of this tree. You can see where there's a sharp cut here. Right about here where this little gap is, right where I'm looking with my crosshair. And we're going to do a simple left click, no jump. And as you guys can see, that lands perfectly on the default plant here. It looks a little bit weird because of these panels. You can't actually see the Viper Molly, but it's there and it lands on default. So it's perfect. Now that we've covered a whole bunch of post plant lineups and orb lineups for attack, let's move on to some one-ways for defense. For Viper's defense on A site, there's this one-way lineup that I see used across all ranks. And that is where you make your way into this corner. Look on this thick gray bar here and do a simple left click throw. And it pops up right here. Now, this orb to me isn't quite as good as the one I'm going to show you guys next. While it does create a nice one-way, especially if you're playing on the upper part of site, quite frankly, it doesn't butt out quite enough. So as soon as these guys walk in, they're going to be able to see you playing on this upper part of site. So here's what I suggest you do instead as a one-way. So in order to do the good version of the one-ways for A site here, you're going to find this big white pebble on the ground right here. And you're going to look directly down until your crosshair is centered on this pebble. So just like this. Then from here, you're going to want to look at these 4 bolts right here. And you're going to want to aim at the back left bolt. I guess it would be our front left bolt, but the one that I'm aiming at right here. You're going to want to put your crosshair right there. And then you're going to do a simple jump right click throw. And it's going to land somewhere up there. I'm not quite sure how it actually rests on there, but it does. And the reason why this orb is better, as you can see when I pop it, it butts out a lot more. So when the players actually enter the site, they can't see you at all. When the orb is deeper in A main, and they come to this point right here on the wall, they're able to see you. So that's why this orb that's actually closer to you works just a little bit better. For the final orb that I'll show you guys in this video, it's actually a one-way for arcade when you're playing on B site, in heaven, or tower. So what you're going to want to do is make your way to this line here in the wall. Run up next to it, and we're aiming to place our orb on top of this little light post here, or lamp post, whatever you want to call it. So basically we're going to aim right here and then move vertically until we're halfway between this imaginary line across and this one. So about halfway in between and then directly above the lamp. And then we're going to do a simple left click. And as you guys can see, that lands right on top there. We pop it and we have a nice one-way at the people who are playing in arcade. So this is very, very useful. But please remember that there is a barrier here at the very start of the round. So you actually have to wait till the beginning of the round in order to throw this. I actually came up with all of these lineups by myself, with the exception of the 2 one-way orbs that I showed you in A main. And It actually took quite a bit of time in customs. So if these helped you in any way, please let me know by leaving a like on the video and subscribing if you are new. I really hope that these helped. And just another reminder here that I stream every single day on Twitch around 1 p.m. Eastern time. I mostly grind ranked and I'm getting really close to Immortal 2. So make sure you guys come say what's up, drop a follow. More important than the gameplay, we're all about the vibes. So you guys are going to love it. Not much else for me to say here. Have a good one, guys. Peace and love.